The Indian Automotive Industry Association (SIAM) urged the Modi government to address the crisis caused by China's rare earth export restrictions through diplomatic and policy measures. According to Motor Octane on July 3, 2025, India's auto sales plummeted in June, partly due to rare earth magnet shortages that disrupted production. Suzuki halted international production of some models due to rare earth issues. The Indian auto industry accounts for 7% of GDP and supports 35 million direct and indirect jobs, making supply chain disruptions a significant economic threat. The Times of India reported in June 2025 that the Indian government plans to invest 350 billion to 500 billion rupees in developing a domestic rare earth industry to address supply chain risks. This indicates that the Modi government, under pressure from the Auto Industry Association, has begun taking action, but it remains heavily reliant on China in the short term. As expected, the Bharat Empire has resumed its usual pattern of boasting, lying, and playing the victim in a clownish performance. First, Siam demanded that Modi pressure China. But what leverage does Modi have? His charm? His stylish attire? Since taking office, Modi has pursued a series of anti-China policies, imposing hefty fines on Chinese companies investing in India, forcing them to sell production lines to Tata at low prices, prohibiting profit repatriation to China, and banning numerous Chinese apps after border provocations where India was decisively defeated. Modi also publicly called for boycotts of Chinese products. In short, Modi has exhausted his options. China pays no attention to Modi's thoughts or actions. In the eyes of the Chinese government, he is merely a clown performing on the global stage. What pressure can he exert? Banning cow dung exports to China as retaliation? For rare earth mining, even the US estimates it would take 15 years to rebuild its supply chain. With India's paltry investment, does the Bharat Empire really think it can replace China in the short term? What are they dreaming of? Stop boasting and start doing real work. And why did China ban Indian companies from purchasing rare earths? Don't they know the reason? According to Chinese media, Indian companies forged documents to import rare earths from China and resold them to the US and Europe, blatantly violating China's rare earth control policies. Amid intense China-US competition and high-stakes China-Europe negotiations, Indian companies' resale of Chinese rare earths to Western nations significantly weakened China's strategic leverage and threatened its national interests. India once again engaged in opportunistic profiteering, attempting to play both sides by exploiting China's goodwill as a cover to resell rare earths for profit. This is utterly shameless behavior. Since India lacks self-respect, China has no choice but to wield the stick and discipline the stray dog, teaching it what loyalty means. The master pities you and gives you bones, but you cannot betray the one who feeds you. If you insist on being a lapdog for the West, don't come begging in China. China controls nearly 70% of global rare earth mining and 90% of processing capacity, particularly for heavy rare earths like dysprosium and terbium, making it virtually the sole global supplier. India's auto, electronics, and defense industries heavily rely on Chinese rare earth magnets and have no alternative sources in the short term. After China's export controls in April 2025, India's rare earth magnet stocks dwindled, nearly halting auto production lines. Now they realize the severity of the consequences? India's recent conciliatory gestures, such as seeking border demarcation with China and re-evaluating investment restrictions, are mere wishful thinking. China currently has no need for India's cooperation and will not trust a country with no credibility. I pointed out long ago that Indian dishonesty, frequent fraud, and betrayal of allies will eventually make the world wary, turning India into a true global pariah. Indians resell Russian oil and gas, and now they attempt to resell Chinese rare earths. Do they really think the Chinese are fools, completely unaware of where the rare earths go? The Chinese government has established a stringent rare earth monitoring system, with all rare earths subject to rigorous scrutiny, as if equipped with a tracking device. This measure was originally designed to counter the U.S. technology blockade, but unexpectedly, India was the first caught. Why does this country so recklessly squander its credibility, constantly engaging in deception? Does its dictionary truly lack the word credibility? Why do Indians always believe they are a powerful nation and that Modi is a strong leader capable of pressuring China? I cannot comprehend this logic. Can someone explain the basis for this belief? Is it their army that surrenders in every conflict, the world's most polluted environment, or the largest population of extremely poor and illiterate people that gives them confidence? In reality, Trump has repeatedly humiliated India, yet Indians still see themselves as America's ally, oblivious to how much the U.S. disdains them. Now they expect a nation with no core technology and no significant role in global supply chains to have its prime minister pressure China, the world's factory. Why is this? Can I open a neurology clinic in India to examine their brains? Before going, I'll ask for donations. And once there, I'll offer free treatment. Anyone want to go to India to teach? To spread concepts like credibility, self-respect, and humility, which have vanished from India. Let's go together. I'll cover the airfare.